Hey, aloha, and welcome to the Spirit of Sports. We're talking sports, we're talking life. As usual, this is Uncle Richie coming at you live just past high noon Hawaiian time in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. If you know, you know. What do we got? August 21st, Monday. Less than 3 weeks till opening weekend of football. It's 3 weeks fly by in regular life. This last part of August and early September to me is the slowest time of the year because you're just so excited and it just seems so far away. But we're on the path, people. One more preseason game of week 2. I'm not even hardly talking about preseason, even when starters play. Can take some things away from it, but I got better, more important things to talk about. Such as today's show. This is my QB pressure cooker show. Now I'm going to put the amount of pressure from 1 note to 5 high-pitched whine of the pressure on each and every quarterback in the NFL. So that will be my show today. The Spirit of Sports, brought to you by notpods.com, coming soon. And notpods, hashtag YouTube channel, notpods. Uncle Richie, trying to make a better life for me and got my 6-year-old girl, Emalani. I do have one of my original shows, if you check out on YouTube channel, Emalani the Great. Do some interviews with her. Good kid. But I'm making this my career. I'm putting in the effort. I'm coming live every single day. 10, 20 minutes at least. Try for a half hour to an hour. Usually around noon Hawaiian time. I'm going to try to start to be more consistent on that so people know. Just to let you know, that is 3 Pacific, 4 in the mountains, 5 Central, 6 Eastern time. For a few more months. We do not turn the clock, so it'll be an hour back from that. But thanks for joining me. I see 0 people. That's fine. This is a slow process. This is working on my craft. This is practice for a time when I will be asking for a small pittance once the website's going and once I feel comfortable and that I deserve it. 51 cents a month I'll be asking for you. From you. You won't even notice it's gone. 51 cents a month in perpetuity. If I can get 10,000, I won't have to work anymore. If I get 100,000, I'll be pretty well off. If I get 1 million people, and it's doable. You tell 2 friends, they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and I start getting a little more fame. Maybe 5 good minutes on PTI, maybe a little bit run on the herd. Dan Patrick, who knows? That's the goal. That's my dream. This has always been the dream. This is Not Pods at YouTube. Hashtag Not Pods. You will notice that the screen is blank because this is called Notepads because this is not a traditional podcast. This is live internet radio. And I'm going back in time to how I grew up and how people of my generation grew up listening to the radio. Sports talk radio, games, Daryl Ani with the Beavers and the football and basketball. Go Beavs, no ducks allowed. Bill Schonley, the Shawns, Rip City with the Blazers. Even if the game was on TV, which was pretty rare, I would still turn it down and turn on the radio. Listen to my guys. It was always my dream to be in radio, and now I can make my dream a reality. So thank you so much for listening. And please tell your friends. I'm starting on the YouTube, and we'll be working on the website soon. That's going to take a lot more time and energy, but I am putting pretty much every waking moment that I don't have the kid, working, or golfing, I'm putting into my craft, my next profession. I'm giving myself a year to have 10,000 of you paying me 51 cents a month. 51 cents, you might ask. Yes, 51 cents. This is my rant every time when I start the show, just for people that are just getting to know me. I hate the 49 cents. I hate the $19.99. Only $399,999. It's $400,000, bro. It's $50, bro. Some archaic 1960s marketing plot. They think we're fucking idiots. So 51 cents. I'm going on the other direction. Plus, I love Ichiro. But there will be swag coming soon. T-shirts. I got that nice, cool logo. Just came to me in orange back with a white circle. That will be Not Pods. Synonymous with success, coming soon. Well, let's dive into this. This is Monday, August 21st. Pay your bills that are due. You got your loan payment. Might be a day late. Get in there, people. Today I am doing my quarterback pressure cooker. That's the sound. I'm going to go AFC, and then I'm going to go NFC. From one note, barely bubbling, to high-pitched whine, level 5 pressure of every quarterback that's going to start the season. Let's start with the minimal pressure. I got 3. Kenny Pickett. Clean slate. Took over nicely for Big Ben. Had 3 or 4 comeback wins last year, looking really good. Maybe overachieved a little bit last year. Set the bar pretty high, but there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of pressure. He can probably make a few mistakes, and he is the guy, and I think they're sticking with him. And he will have I think he'll have the wiggle room. Give him a little bit of leash, so I don't see much pressure. And 2 rookies, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson. I'm assuming Stroud will start. Just being a rookie. Peyton Manning, hell, he threw 28 interceptions his rookie year. 25 touchdowns. So, minimal pressure on those guys. Level 2 amount of pressure. I only have 2 guys. Joe Burrow, his health. He's been to the Super Bowl. It's his 4th season. He's already a top 5 quarterback. He probably puts a little pressure on himself, but his only real pressure is stay healthy. And a little bit of pressure if they go 6-11 and don't make the playoffs, then the pressure is going to ramp up. But I don't see a whole lot from the media, from social media, from the fans. I think he's beloved, and they really just go play ball, Joe. Joe Cool. Love the guy. My second level of pressure, not much. Pat Mahomes. And it'd probably be 0 pressure, except he has self-pressure, and maybe that puts it all the way up to 5. The pressure on Patrick Mahomes is firmly what he puts on himself, because he's done everything and exceeded anything that anybody could have ever imagined when he came out the 10th pick back in 2018, I believe. To me, that's not much pressure, just what you put on yourself. But, he's Super Bowl or bust. Kind of like I have Jalen Hurts with 5 as we get into the NFC, because that's the amount of pressure he puts on himself. It is Super Bowl or bust for him. I know Mahomes puts the pressure on himself too, but I don't think, since he's won 2 and been to 5 straight AFC championships, not much pressure at all. Ramp it up a little bit. This is level 3 amount of pressure. The whistle's starting to blow a little bit on the tea kettle, pressure cooker. Trevor Lawrence needs to build on last year. Started slow, came on last 10 games, had a great season, but he is the golden child. He's had pressure on him since he stepped on a football field, probably all the way back to high school. I think he's been a winner. After that big comeback in the playoffs, a 27-point deficit, beat the Chargers, played the Chiefs tough. So there's some amount of pressure for him to take the next step and keep growing. I would really love to see Jacksonville in a Super Bowl one day. And the AFC is so tough. That's just another thing that makes the pressure so tough in the AFC. Got one more in level 3, Jimmy G. A new team, and it's not great. Health is always an issue with him. So I think that there is a little bit of pressure. And if you have to go to 5 on a coach's hot seat, Josh McDaniels, that's about as pressure as it gets. So some of that has to trickle down to the quarterback. Jimmy G, old face and new place. Let's see how that works out. We're going to wrap it up. This is the second to the most pressure, I feel, in the AFC. This is Not Pods at YouTube, #NotPods. Uncle Richie coming at you live every single day. You know, it's not easy making a show every single day, and makes me respect these guys even more. Sports talk guys doing 3 hours. They got a lot of help. This is all me, by the way. I do interviews, but I make, this is 100% me. Once I start making some money, I will have people to help. But for now, thank you so much. Level 4 of pressure out of 5 for AFC quarterbacks. 2023 NFL season. Lamar Jackson. Big money, expectations. I'm as high on Lamar as it gets. And that's a lot of pressure, especially when you almost hold out. You almost asked for a trade. Had a really rocky offseason. So you get your money. You haven't been real successful in the playoffs. You've been outspoken. It's time to put up or shut up. Big money and expectations. That makes big pressure. Pressure cookers. Full boil for Lamar. Ryan Tannehill. Age. Playoff non-success. And just being, a guy that they look at as, it's probably your last chance. You got 2 young kids nipping at your heels. Levis and Malik. One of them will probably pop. They're 2 first-round picks. Or no, I think Malik was second, but yeah, it's time. It's probably your last go here. Ryan Tannehill. Big pressure. Aaron Rodgers, I wasn't sure to put him at 2, 3, 4, 5. So I stuck right around in the middle. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. He did take a lot of pressure off, though, by giving that money back, by having such a great attitude compared to how he was in Green Bay, being a team leader. I really like what he's doing with his whole demeanor. But he's in New York. It's a new team. Expectations are sky high. They're almost a Super Bowl or bust. AFC Championship at least. If they don't make the AFC Championship, I think that's looked on as a failure. So all that said, pretty big pressure. Finally, Justin Herbert. Blew the huge lead. Record's not always been great. Top 3, 4 talent in the league. Started your first game. What a crazy story. Rookie year, game 1 against KC. They're giving, what's his name, a shot in the rib, and they poke his lung. And said, oh, by the way, rookie, you're starting in 5 minutes. And just looked the part from the get-go. So there hasn't been really pressure because he was thrown into that, and he's been great. But I think the pressure ramps up now. When they're healthy, they got as good a roster as anybody. But is this going to be a guy that melts under pressure situations, or is he going to be able to take that next step, lead them deep, run into the playoffs? Justin Herbert. It's kind of Kind of a pretty big year. Plus got the big money too. Big money always adds pressure. So you got paid, blew a big lead, didn't make the playoffs the year before, meltdown in some big moments. It's time. Justin Herbert, the last of my level 4. I got 5 that the pressure's ramped up as high as it can go. The steam whistle's blowing. This is my level 5 pressure AFC quarterbacks for the 2023 season. Russell Wilson. After last year's debacle, was that an outlier or are you over the hill? Got a great coach. Couldn't ask for a better coach. Couldn't ask for a better situation. Are you going to go back to Russell or are you on the downward trend and your career's over? Just go live your life with your pop star wife, and it's up to you. She got all the talent around you, looking pretty good. Was supposed to play a whole game or at least a half and only played one series in preseason week 2. That's a good sign. I think Peyton likes what he sees. But much pressure as anybody. Second guy with the level 5 pressure. Sweat. Mac Jones, fighting for your job, fighting for respect, fighting for a legacy, fighting for a city. You have a OC now, long time, been a great coach in this league. Last year was a joke. We all admit it. Rookie year, pretty good, but got slammed in the playoffs. Your greatest coach of all time with Tom Brady hasn't won a playoff game without him. I don't think in Cleveland or in New England. So you got Zappy and you got the got that rookie. What the hell's his name? Go into notes because I don't have anybody help. Don't even know. Anyway, you got a couple guys nipping to your heels. Mac Jones. Number 2, my pressure cooker list. You know, I kind of feel for that guy because last year was such crap. I don't think he deserved that. Sometimes seems like Belichick is throwing a monkey wrench on purpose. You know, the whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing, he didn't want to get rid of him, and maybe he's just worn out his welcome with Kraft. I don't know, just something seems a little weird. Malik Cunningham, that's the kid. He might get 5-10 snaps anyway. What a great athlete. So, Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, only pressure, and it's a 5 out of 5. And the pressure cooker. Your pressure is stay healthy. 1 more concussion, your season could be done. 2 more concussions, your career could be done. We know what you got. You got all the weapons. We know you're accurate, not the greatest arm, but you just throw it up there and they go get it. Tyreek Hill's 10 yards past the guy anyway. Can you stay healthy? Will jiu-jitsu and putting on 15, 20 pounds, will that keep you from getting slammed to the turf? Will the line hold up? Lots of questions. Huge pressure for Tua. Basically just to stay healthy. But it's life and death situations for Tua. 1 more bad concussion, could be coma. I hate to say. But I'm rooting for you hard, Tua. 2 more on my super pressure cooker. Josh Allen. For one, expectations last 2-3 years, sky high. The meltdown, the 13 seconds at KC, I don't know how you ever lived that down. Not your fault. Why you're not squib kicking and how the defense lets them score a field goal at 13 seconds. But then 2 years ago And then last year, just the debacle and the letdown. Huge expectations, and it's been 3 or 4 years. And if you lay another egg, it's going to be tough on the coach. It's going to be tough on the city. It's a heartbreak town anyway. 4 straight Super Bowls. Ay, ay, ay. Playoff exits. And I got to tell you, the pressure too without Brian Daboll since he left. Big drop off last year as the season went on. Turnover machine. So I worry. I don't have him. I mean, I'll take him second or third, but in my yesterday's my locks, busts, and sleepers, I have 5 quarterbacks that I trust more than Josh Allen. And pressure is a part of that. And my number one guy, if there was a level 6, this guy, I hate talking about him, Deshaun Watson. The rust factor. Last year did not look good. And his history of disrespecting women. I don't know. You know, I say everybody's sensitive and the PC, but there's a reason. If there's a picket line outside Cleveland, this is a good reason. I wouldn't be comfortable having this guy as my quarterback. 32 sexual misconducts, just a perv, having massages in his room, getting all sexual on a massage. Thinking about that every day. Yeah, to me, that's the most pressure. Living with yourself. Taking yourself seriously as a man. That's pressure. Beyond what's on the football field. So good luck walking through that picket line every single day. Ladies, get out there, give it to them. And that's the guy you choose to give the most 100% guaranteed money in NFL history. That guy. You're that desperate. I almost can't root for him. Kind of hope they don't make the playoffs. I'll take Nick Chubb, though. I'll take Elijah Moore. Still comes down to it's a sad state of affairs when that guy gets a job, but guess that's just how it is. Look at Joe Mixon. Oh, not guilty. Oh, he punched a girl right on camera. Oh, that's okay. He's just a kid. Oh, he's an adult now. Oh, not guilty. Sorry. Sorry, all you ladies, and sorry, all you men that treat your women well. I hate it, but it's one of those things. I'm just as guilty. Dust it under the carpet and move on, which I'm going to do. Dust it under the carpet and move on. So that's my pressure cookers, AFC style. With my most pressure, Watson, Allen, Tua, Mac Jones, and Russ. Let's move over to the NFC. This is Monday, August 21st, notpods.com coming soon. And YouTube, hashtag notpods, my notpods channel. I'm stuck on 42 subscribers. I'm going to start doing some mass email or some mass texts maybe. Once I get to 50, I can start doing this on my phone. So even when I'm golfing, can do a live show. When I'm at the bar, I can interview you. That's going to be a huge difference. As I say, though, this is a slow burn. This is a snowball effect. Just practicing my craft and hopefully getting better every day. Learning from my mistakes. I listen to my shows. I listen to my cadence. Some things I don't like my so's, and I don't like some of my dead air time in between thoughts, but bear with me. And it's a labor of love. This is my career. This is, as I said, Monday, August 21st, less than 3 weeks to kick off week 1. This is the Spirit of Sports QB Pressure Cooker Show. From 1 where the water's just boiling to 5 where the kettle is whistling. This is the amount of pressure each quarterback is under. Let's go on to the NFC. Colt McCoy, if he starts, career backup, terrible team. If Kyler, well, he's going to start. Kyler won't come back. If Kyler comes back at all, looking like week 6 to 8 maybe. So I think if you're talking about no pressure, if you throw 3 picks week 1 and you guys lose 52 to 3, that's what we expected. So I don't see any amount of pressure whatsoever with that team. New defensive head coach, Jonathan Gannon, as I said before, rots a rock. Sam Howell, I give him rookie status. Not much pressure. I don't give rookies much pressure at all. To me, I always go back, like I said, look how bad some rookies have looked. Hall of Famers. Peyton Manning. 28 interceptions. Who's his backup? Oh, yeah, Jacoby Brissett. So, it's not like there's a young guy nipping at your heels. He's probably relegated to a career backup. And a good one. Very capable. But it's Sam Howell's job, and I think they're going to give him a leash, and he can make some mistakes. Not the greatest roster. Not the greatest expectations. So I think he's in a great spot. You do great. The city loves you. You struggle. It's okay, buddy. I feel the exact same for Desmond Ridder. They're rookie status. They played 3, 4, 5 games last year. Free pass for a year. Who's he got backing him up? See, I got to do all this stuff myself. It's me and a computer and a phone and the TV. So as I say, bear with me. And my memory, not great. I should know this. Oh, yeah, Heineke brought him over. See, it's kind of the same. You got a veteran backup that's capable, but they gave you the keys to the car, and they're going to be okay with a couple fender benders. So Colt McCoy, Sam Howell, and Desmond Ridder. I have them up one of 5 on the pressure cooker scale. Bump it up a notch. Level 2, water's boiling. Kyle Trask, if he starts, not a whole lot of pressure. Probably even level 1, just the fact that he beat out Baker might be a little more pressure, but that team's, let's face it, is going to be not good. Bryce Young. I only put him here because of the size matters situation. I just saw there was a soundbite from a press conference, and one of the AD guys, and he's up at the mic and he goes, "Is this going to block?" Now I'm 5'9". Is this microphone going to block his face? And he goes, "Oh, sorry." And he steps in right there, and he's not much taller than the 5'9" guy. And the look on his face is just, the guy is slight. And there's been really no slight quarterbacks that have had great careers or won a Super Bowl. So to me, that levels up the pressure 1 to 2 slots. I could have maybe put him at 3. And one step up, but minimal pressure, but a huge chip on his shoulder. He might put his own pressure on him. Derek Carr, new team, looking great. I'm sure he wants to rub it in the face of the traders. Already gave away his number. Talk about disrespect. Everything that guy did for you. That guy took a train wreck and put him close to the playoffs or in the playoffs a couple times. That guy showed up every day, gave his heart and soul, cried for that team. You made his wife cry on Christmas. Fuck you, Raiders. It's just, now that Snyder's out and Irsay's a weirdo, but Mark Davis has to be the worst. Least amount of money. Got to be the worst. Get a fucking haircut. Okay, enough of that. Excuse me. Lingering cough. Level 3 of the pressure cooker. The Spirit of Sports QB pressure levels for the 2023 NFL football season. Brock Purdy. 3 out of 5. His past success brings some pressure. 7-0 in games that he started and finished. bringing in Darnold, looking good in camp, nipping at your heels a little bit. And you don't really know for sure. 7 games, small sample size, and you get hurt, and you're not real large. To me, that amps up the pressure. And Trey Lance, even though looking not great, he's the number 3 pick. Sometimes it's hard to get off that and realize and admit that you made a mistake. So I got Brock Purdy with decent amount of pressure on him and a great roster. That's another thing. They're kind of Super Bowl or bust. Kirk Cousins, just money every year. A guy that managed his career about as good as anyone with the franchise tags and making $40 million a year. Shrinks in big moments. That's just in quotes. Everybody says about him. Playoff exits. So to me, that cranks up the expectations and the pressure. Jared Goff in the same level 3 pressure cooker. Expectations, especially with this team. Everybody's picking them to win the North. They haven't won shit in 50 years. I think they've won 1 playoff game in 30. That's a lot to overcome. And I know these guys weren't there, but you get a stigma on you, you get a stench on you. So that's the pressure of that. First time they've ever sold out Ford Field in 20 years, season tickets. That's a lot. Goff and Cousins kind of put them in the same pocket. Moving up, I got 5 guys that are level 4 out of 5 pressure in the NFC. Geno Smith, he set the standard last year, wasn't an outlier. Expectations are huge. At least make the playoffs. Fight the Niners for the division. I have them 3rd. I have the Rams as a surprise. I don't see it happening. I don't know. 10 years washed out of the league almost and come back and have that kind of year. Can he do it again? Defensive coach. He's got the weapons. We'll see. That's the pressure, though. I think the more pressure is, the more you don't really know. Daniel Jones, overpaid by many accounts. Big money, big expectations. Has a great coach. Pretty good weapons. Great running back. Should be a great running game. Got the tight end. Receiving core. But big pressure to not turn the ball over. Did a lot better last year. Was a turnover machine his first couple years. So Daniel Jones, New York media, New York fan base in New Jersey. Big pressure. Baker Mayfield. Play well, win the job, or you're a backup for the rest of your career, or maybe even up to the booth. That's pressure. Career on the line. Terrible team. If you can just play decent, if you win the job, keep them in games. I don't even think you have to win that much. Just don't throw 30 interceptions. Keep them in games. But knowing that this is the year you're either going to be a starting quarterback, a backup, or out of the league, basically. That ramps the pressure up. Next quarterback, level 4 of 5 on the pressure cooker meter. Jordan Love, following 2, not 1, but 2 Hall of Famers, 30 years of excellent quarterback play. You've had 3 years to prepare and nobody knows what's going to happen. The question mark is the pressure. And it's Green Bay. It's a sleepy little town. And if you fail, they're probably not going to string you up or anything. But still, you got to put the pressure on yourself as well. Looking better. People weren't sure. They traded up to get you. You kind of, in a way, had something to do of no fault of your own of running Aaron Rodgers out of town. The way management played that out. But big pressure on Jordan Love. My final could be a level 5 pressure. 4.5, Justin Fields. 5-25 as a starter. 70 years without an all-pro quarterback in Chicago. I was just watching the black and white Johnny Lujack. 1950. Your last all-pro quarterback. That's a city on your shoulders. One great season, led by the defense. Jim McMahon was gone the next year. Haven't had shit at quarterback pretty much ever. And so much expectations. They're talking MVP in Chicago. This city, they'll cry a river and they'll paint it green in February or March or whenever that is. So talk about pressure. Pressure of a whole city, a pressure of 7 decades on your shoulders, Justin Fields. Make it happen. And I got 4 guys, 5 of 5, kettles blowing, pressure cooker, Kyler Murray, if you play. Probably, I don't even know if you're bringing back. Week 6 to 8, you don't study, you got the money, locker room issues, size issues, never won a playoff game, look terrible in your one playoff game, throw a great ball, but attitude, size, injury, that's pressure. Caleb Williams in the wings, Drake May. Maybe you just want out. Maybe you say, fuck it. I'll play and I'll play shittily, or I won't play. And they go 2-15 and draft your replacement. And you go to a better situation because it's not the best situation, but it's huge pressure if you play. Matthew Stafford, my second. Level 5 pressure. From Super Bowl champ to miss the playoffs and hurt for 8-10 games. Health and age, that's pressure. Another big injury, might be out of the league. Got the coach. I think the defense is way down. If you guys stay healthy, still got the weapons. If you and Kupp and Akers are healthy, I really think you got the weapons to make a playoff push. And one of my dark horses predict to finish second. I don't think I have him. I think I'm just outside the playoffs. Let me check that. Yeah. No playoffs for the Rams. But Stafford, huge pressure just to stay healthy with his age. Super Bowl champion, great coach. I think, maybe it's not a 5 because you're in LA. The pressure's always a little less in LA. There's just so much to do. Casual fans show up in the second, leave in the fourth. But I'm still sticking them up there. 2 guys. These guys are dead opposites on the pressure scale. Jalen Hurts. I'm giving him 5 because he puts all of the pressure on himself. For him, it's win the Super Bowl or bust. For him, getting there is not enough. For him, he wants to be the best. What a great leap last year. But I really believe, and it's Philly. Philly fans, throw snowballs at Santa Claus. Probably beat the dog at midfield. So Jalen Hurts, a lot of pressure from the fans. Huge expectations, but talk about putting the most pressure on yourself and dealing with it. I got Jalen Hurts. And the number 1, to me, last chance, right up there with Deshaun Watson, except Deshaun's like a level 6 because all of his off-field shit. Dak Prescott. Pressure is dialed up. It's whistling through your shirt collar. Sweat dripping down. Dak, it's your last chance. Eighth season, I believe. Early playoff exits, haven't even been to the NFC Championship game and have looked really not good in quite a few of those moments. He's starting to be a shrink in big moments. Put him in the Kirk Cousins class. Got the weapons, got the O-line. Maybe O-line's down. But to me, I think without the off-field issues, Dak Prescott probably has the most pressure. Aging owner that meddles. Not an owner, a meddler. Aging owner talking 2-3 times a week about you and your team. Fan base getting restless. Cooper Rush waiting in the wings went 4-1 last year. To me, that's pressure. I'm going to wrap it up. My 5 most pressured quarterbacks with the most amount of pressure in the AFC: Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, Tua, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson. NFC most pressure: Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, all on himself, and Dak. So that'll do it. Thanks for joining me. Another day down. Got to think of a show for tomorrow. I think I'm going to have Uncle Raz on. We're going to do a fascinating interview. This guy, if you could be here Wednesday live, put it on the car, when you're driving. This is radio. When I do interviews, I will have the camera. I'm going to buy a new camera. It's grainy. I'm off a laptop here. But if you could join us Wednesday, I'm going to put the word out a little bit. It's going to be fascinating. This guy's run from police in Mexico, had been surrounded by coyotes, been lost in a pitch black cave, dealing with the ocean and the mokes, life and death moments. One of my best friends, and fascinating story that we need to tell. This could go a couple hours. So that'll be Wednesday, high noon. And I got to figure something out for tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday, Sunday, and next week, Monday, Tuesday. When the season starts, it's a lot easier. I can go, take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just go over games. And I'm going to do Under the Hood, where I look at overturned plays or terrible calls that the officials do on instant replay and correlate them to the money in Vegas. Because they think we're fucking idiots. Just like, it's almost like they're going, upon further review, $19.99. Think we're fucking idiots. Everybody sees it and people question it. I'm gonna dig deep. So that'll be a show. That's what he said when I hold these so-called experts up to the shit they spew out their mouth. Tell us, oh, they're going to be great this week in fantasy. And no, they're definitely going to win. They're going 20-0, Nick. Wrong. I'm coming at you guys. So when the season starts, I got plenty content. For these 3 weeks and for March, April, May, June, July, that's going to be challenging. That's why I started in August, because there's so much content. But this is my career. I will be with you every single day. If I take a day off, I'll replay one of my old favorites. But I'm going to try to be around high noon, between noon and 1. Between noon and 2 is when I'm going to try to do my shows every day. Hawaiian time. Got to be more consistent on that. So hey, I want to listen to Richie. He'll be on. Or if I do it earlier, at least you can listen at noon. But high noon live, the spiritofsports.com. We're talking sports. We're talking live. Thanks for joining me again, Uncle Richie. And as I always do when I sign off, I just ask, please go out there, love yourself, be nice to yourself first of all, and then you can be nice to everyone else. Love everyone unconditionally. I know it's hard. I'm really trying for a higher consciousness. If you're positive and you believe in yourself, you can do almost anything. I love you. Hang in there. Times can be tough. This life is cruel. This life is short. We don't know how much time we have. Make the best of it. Don't stress. Stress causes cancer, causes your teeth and your hair to fall out. It's just not worth it. I woke up last night at midnight, was up till 3 just thinking about stuff, and I have a kid, and but let's all try to be a little bit better people and love each other. We're all connected. We're all one when you really think about it. And I love you all. Until we meet again, ahui ho and aloha.